When we set out to design the SunX token, we had three fundamental criteria. It needed to represent an exponentially growing infrastructure pool that refinances itself until we have solar-powered the planet. It needed to be accessible and tradable on cryptocurrency exchanges, enabling liquidity and was essentially a new asset class. This token does not distribute revenue. It does not distribute you dividends. The revenue earned by your assets purchases you more solar power infrastructure assets. At the rate that we're modeling, you will double the number of assets you own every 18 months. At the core, we've got considerable broad expertise. I'm a solar engineer. I've been in the industry for 10 years. I developed the UK's first utility-scale solar power plant. We've got Larry Temlock, our co-founder and CFO. He's been working in asset finance and developing markets for 25 years. Our head of engineering, head of ops, 50 years worth of experience developing and scaling tech. On the blockchain side, we've got prodigies handpicked by Dmitry Buterin, who specifically chose to work on this project. And then we've got heavyweight investors. We've got Danny Kennedy, who is the president of the Californian Clean Energy Fund, and David Orban. You saw him present here yesterday. He sees SunX as driving massive transformative change, so much so that he invested in us, along with some of the world's leading crypto and solar investors. We've just raised $1.6 million through our seed round that closed in August. The SunX token does not dilute. How many tokens we issue just affects the rate in which we can solar power the planet. As an example, if we were to raise $2 billion in this crowd sale, we'll catalyze 62 petawatts of solar power production, enough to satisfy all of Earth's energy requirements. Irrespective of how much we own, that rate of increase will represent a 7,500 times increase in the assets you own from your initial purchase. And all of this would be meaningless if we didn't have capacity and routes to deploy a ludicrous amount of solar energy in a short space of time, which is why we're partnering some of the world's leading solar installation companies. Companies like Saventix, who've been operating in Germany since 2007. They operate globally. They've supplied us, just in themselves, several hundred megawatts of solar power, of which we've already installed 3 power plants. In terms of token distribution, 60% of the token proceeds goes directly into financing solar infrastructure. 20% goes into management funds, which is held for a period of 6 months. 5% goes towards paying for bonuses for early participants. After all, our tokens do have a hard cost to issue. If you want to benefit from a 40% bonus, that's 40% more solar cells up front. You've got very limited time with very limited cap available. We've got a $1 million target. We're already 50% funded on this pre-sale, and you've got to sign up by this Friday. I'm off to Johannesburg in 2 hours' time, so if you want to be involved, see Scott Mize from Network Society Labs. So there you go, solar infrastructure on the blockchain. And we've got serious firepower and street cred in the solar industry to enable you to deploy solar energy hardware en masse. Visit tse.thesunexchange.com and sign up for our white paper. Forget about going to the moon. We're going to the sun. Join us. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Abraham Cambridge, founder of the Sun Exchange, the epicenter of solar infrastructure digitalization. In some fortunate places in the world, it's now possible to produce electricity from the sun at a lower price than through burning fossil fuels. In these areas, a fourth industrial revolution is taking place. The solar energy industry in the last 10 years has installed 300 gigawatts of solar panels. That's 300 nuclear power stations worth of solar panels installed since Facebook has been around. And this is accelerating in sun-rich but power-poor areas like the African continent, where there's a hugely increasing demand for energy. Even in the Middle East, the solar market is booming. Dubai is going green. They're installing solar power plants with the cheapest electricity on Earth. So, we've got your own, sorry, let me just rephrase that. So, the Sun Exchange Marketplace enables anybody to purchase a solar cell that gets deployed into a solar energy project. We've digitalized solar energy assets, enabling borderless solar panel ownership. With this model, Sun Exchange is able to reduce electricity costs to end consumers and pool electricity revenue into an exponentially growing infrastructure pool. Let me just take a minute. We are not a blockchain company that's just gone solar. We are not a solar company that's getting into blockchain. We are a solar blockchain company at the very core. In a nutshell, solar energy and cryptocurrency is our bag baby. And we now have 4 operating solar power plants powering schools, hospitals, factories in South Africa. This ownership is distributed over 4,000 members located in 70 countries, and that membership is growing ever more, but not quite fast enough to solve the pressing problems that our planet is facing. If we were to be installing solar panels in terms of surface area at the same rate that we're deforesting this planet, we would have enough energy to satisfy all of our energy needs in 3 years. What we need is massive acceleration. And to achieve this, I introduce to you the SunX token.